Alright guys, we're back now with episode 4 of Simic Tempo. I slightly rewired the setup I got here. My audio setup. I bought some new cables. I got some gold shielded USB cables for my microphone now, and I changed the USB port that I plugged it into. I did a whole bunch of rewiring because that buzzing noise is getting on my nerves, and I really want to root cause it without having to do post-production. Right here we're looking at, on the draw we have a turn 2 Visionary. Likely that we get to our third land and start to cast our Lynxes and rogues. I think this is fine. I think this is a keep. So yeah, just let me know if you notice anything different about the audio. A lot of people probably never noticed that buzzing noise, but it's been there. It was there for a long time. Then I started fooling around with some post-production to try and clean it up with Audacity, but it takes a hell of a lot of time to do that and re-render the video, and it's not something I really have time for. So also, Windows Movie Maker is not supported in Windows 10. It's just kind of gone. So we're looking at a Simic opponent playing Rune Servitor. Not that I care about, that it's gone, because I didn't really want to use it anyway. So hopefully this new shielded cable and different setup will improve the audio somewhat. I also changed the position of my microphone. I got it standing up a little bit more. Anyway, I've done some changes. Enough about that shit. Back to the game. Let me know what you think if you notice anything different. So let's see if there's a third color in this guy's deck. What he's up to. Simic Rune Servitor. Interesting. He's playing Timberland Guide. He's going to make that a 3-3 and give us a whack, but we'll lock it down. We will lock it down with the Frostlings. Later on we can anchor it too to get the counter off it. So he's definitely going to swing here. I would assume he's going to swing, yeah. He's going to swing. So I think we'll just offer the trade for the Visionary. Get that off the board. So here's a Hinterland Harbor. Play that out, and we'll add to our board here, and we'll lock down to 3-3. I should have done that second main phase. I should have offered the trade first. He may not have blocked with open mana, and thinking that he was going to swing back. Now that I've shown him that the 3-3 is tapped down, he may not block. It's probably probably that was bad sequencing. So anyways, he is going to trade, which is kind of what I wanted anyway, just to get his guy off the board. So next turn is probably going to be Rogue. It's probably going to be Rogue next turn, just to spend all of our mana. Get some flyers in the air, and then we can Lynx after that. So he's got a Lynx of his own. So he's going to Lynx our Lynx, and then we can Lynx his Lynx. Later on down the line, of course. That's not something that we want to anchor, and let him reuse. So it's another harbor. We're going all the way to 6 here now. We've got our 4 on the field, 2 in hand, so we're going to be able to bellow. So we're just going to rogue. Spend all of our mana, like I said, get those flyers online. And we can start chipping away at him there. But, he's going to come at us for 5 this turn, and we're probably going to have to take it. Yeah, depending on what we draw next turn, it's either Anchor or Frostlings, and I'd like to pick up a 2-drop to go along with them, either Disperse, Troll, or Visionary. Because he's ahead in the race here. And he could have a Crisis on his side of the field. So yeah, he's coming in for 5. We're not going to trade the Rogue here. We're just going to take it. No Titanic Growth or anything like that. Good. He's playing the Peerless Mirror. So we can lock that down. Picking up another land. Picking up another land. Do we Lynx or do we anchor here? Do we Lynx or do we anchor? I think we're going to anchor his 3-3 so that he draws it again, and then just swing for 2 in the air and keep our Frostlings back to block. Let's try that. What do we pick up on top? Another anchor? I mean, it's gas, it's not land, so let's keep it. Probably going to bellow next turn though for a Crisis and add some nice big bodies to the board. Yeah, let's just get in for 2. So he just drew Rune Servitor. I mean, on 6 mana we don't have to bellow. We could always Lynx plus Anchor. So he's going to replay the Servitor. Does he have a land drop? If he doesn't, which it doesn't look like he does, it's probably best to spend that Anchor again. and just keep putting him behind. So he is coming in here with the mirror and the links. We're going to trade off here, but take the 1. Because again, he is ahead in the race, so I don't mind a trade there. If he wants to burn the pump spell, that's okay with me too. So the question is, okay, we can lock down the mirror and we can anchor. Yeah, let's anchor this guy. See what's on top. We can bottom that land. This links this dude and get in for 4. Start catching up. But yeah, I think keeping him off his land drop since he didn't hit one last turn is going to be pretty good. He's just going to have to replay that Rune Servitor again, and then we can, like I said, we can bellow for Krasis and tap down the Servitor. Or if he plays a 4-drop or a 3-drop of some kind, we can tap that down and get in for 6 more and start winning the race here. Let's see what he does. It's the Servitor again. Okay, so I mean, this is why I like Anchor to the Ether here. He's played the same turn 3 turns in a row now, and we've got him pretty well locked down. This 6/5 plus 3/3 is going to take over the board, and we pick up another land. We've already bottomed one too. So let's bellow. Bellow's really good in this deck. So yeah, let's get our Fish Lizard, and let's tap down his Servitor. Then we can swing for 6, and we got 2 nice big fat blockers in the back. Alright, so we're doing alright. And no need to play these. Is there a need to play these lands? I don't think so. I don't want to show it to him. But we've already seen 8, plus we bottomed 1, which is 9. Fairy Miscreant. 1/1 flyer. And if you control another one, when the second one resolves, you can draw a card. But he's sticking back. We've got Outland Colossus. So he's going to have to trade with a Thopter in the air. I mean, he can double block some stuff on the ground. And, he can kill our stuff, but he's going to have to sacrifice his own board. So I think we just push all in here. And depending on how the blocks go, we just drop a 6/6 on him. He hasn't shown me any pump spells yet. I don't think we got to be afraid of him. He can't take a hit from the Bellower. He's got to block that. If he double blocks it and blocks a flyer, he's still taking 7 of his 8. So he's kind of got to sacrifice his whole board here. He'll get to shoot something with the mirror. He may shoot the Krasis with it. He's got to block the 6 though. He's got to. As it stands, he's taking 6 and 5 is 11. So yeah, he's got to block that. He's going to give us a card too. And the 2 is probably going to shoot down the Krasis, but he might shoot down the. He's definitely going to shoot down the Krasis. We've got a couple of 2/2s there, but we've just lost an artifact for Whirler Rogue, so the ability's offline. Yeah, he's going to kill Krasis again. It's fine. We still got a nice board, and we picked up another fucking land. This is just starting to get ridiculous. I don't think there's any reason not to play Outland Colossus here and jam a gate. We still got 2 cards in hand, so we're still kind of bluffing some action. But we've got a big board now. And he doesn't have one. Displacement wave for what, 3? That's not going to be good enough. Not going to be good enough, sir. And he's tapped out. So another land. Oh my god. But anyway, we'll just press X because it's easier. Wow, that was a ridiculous amount of land that we drew, but we still got there. Anchor to the Ether, kept him off his land drop for a couple turns. And we went from being pretty far behind in the race to taking over. So there we go, back to rank 40 for me. I actually just, I went to start a recording, and I mulliganed down to 3. I kept a Forest, Undercity Troll, and what was the third card? Frost Lynx. But I never drew a second land. I gave it 3 draw steps, and then I just quit. And I figured that was a pretty bad start to a video, so I just started all over again. If it had been the second game, well, you know, I would have just conceded pretty early and moved on to the other one, but you know, Moby's probably going to say you're cherry picking, but I'm not starting a video off like that. You know, I cut it after 3 minutes and started again. So now we're back, like I said, back to rank 40. And on the hunt for another opponent. And speaking of Mobius, he's trolling me over on his channel. Just uploaded a video asking people if I should get Destiny. I mean, shooters aren't really my thing. He brought up the whole Borderlands thing, but I mean, for me, Borderlands is about the humor. I'm not a shooter player at all, but yeah, I watched the video. It looked pretty fun. I know Black Barney just picked it up. Mega Beast seems like he's a pretty big fan of it. So I've got a few regulars on my friends list that would probably be playing it. So I think that I could probably have a lot of fun with it if I knew that, you know, I'm going to be able to sit down in a party with 4 or 5 people and just have a bit of fun shooting some stuff in the face. So who knows? May get it. I think we're hung on the waiting here. When it gets to this point, I've never had it succeed. Usually the waiting, you know, it either goes right away or doesn't happen. So we got to press B and try this fucking thing again. So let's just back out a notch. This is atrocious. Back out. Versus battle. Simic Tempo. Let's try to get another game. So I also was alerted to the fact that Castle Crashers Remastered just came out for the Xbox One. And it's free if you owned it on 360. I mean, I never really played it much on 360. I downloaded it for my son, who was pretty little at the time. You know, he did enjoy playing it, but he wasn't very good at it. I never really had any incentive to play it. But I think I may. I think I may play it now. Since, you know, I do have that other channel now. That's something that I could record and throw over there. Man, we're having a hard time. Alright, here we go. Finally got loading. Alright, playing against Mono Red. Well, we got a lightning storm background, so maybe not. Could be some kind of is it concoction. But, you know, that molten giant elemental thingy tends to scream turn 1 goblin. At least from my experience playing the game. At least it's not a homeless chase. Homeless chase is always so boring to see, and you don't get any information. And those guys are usually rank 1 and 2. I'm sure this guy's going to be probably not much better. Yeah, rank 2. Paez Delgado. He's playing 60 though. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? On the play, 2-lander. Very, very nice 3 drops. You know. Oh god, I am so tempted to keep this hand. I'm gonna keep it. This is. I can't play my card. Is he gone already? He's got 6 cards in his hand. Well, a mull to 6 isn't any reason to quit. Okay. Must be just some lag or something. Alright, so I got the card out of my hand. I really need to... I've only got... You know, on the draw, this is an automatic keep for me, but on the play, it's a little bit risky. I mean, last game I drew, what, 10 lands or something ridiculous like that. This game I'm going to draw 2 and die. Yeah. Yeah. Got one more shot at it. So, but besides the other 22 land in my deck, I have 4 Visionaries and 3 Trolls. So, I mean, I got 29 outs to have a playable card next turn. That is more than half my deck. So, I mean, we've got a good shot at something. Nah. No, why would it? And it just... I didn't have to press a button there. You know? No whole priority this year means it just skips on through. I'm not going to get a land. It's not going to happen. I got to change my attitude. You know what? I'm picking up a Hinterland Harbor here. Nope. 3 drop. And I guess we'll just toss a Bellower. Got 2 Krasis anyway. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna die. Because, you know, we got greedy. But I don't think with that many outs that it's terribly, tremendously greedy. And our opponent is just gonna drop in a Cursed Spirit, but we can't do anything about it. Well, because we can't cast any of our spells. What are we going to discard this time? Hey, we got a Visionary. So that's one of our outs. Pick up a land, please, God. Okay. There's the Hinterland Harbor. Okay, so game on. We're lucky our opponent didn't do anything till the 4th turn. Really lucky. So that means that we're not too far behind. So I'm not sure what the play is going to be now. It's a Nightfire Giant. That's a big boy. That's a big boy right there. I think it's gonna have to be Flashy and a Krasis, tap it down. We cannot block the Accursed Spirit with anything in the deck. So that's That's a bit of a clock right there. We can tap it. Alright, there's another Hinterland Harbor. So I think actually, the play is going to be Harbinger. I think the play is Harbinger. Yeah, I think that's the play, because he, you know, a lot of people will play stuff out first main phase, and that means we get to bounce something and he won't get to replay it. So let's see if he taps his mana in the first main. He may activate his Nightfire Giant's ability and spend his whole turn to kill my Visionary. Yeah, he's going to spend his whole turn to kill a Visionary. Pre-combat. And then he's just going to walk right into Harbinger. It's too bad I cannot declare a block on that 3-2 Intimidate, but we're just going to bounce that thing. And since he's already spent his mana, he doesn't get to recast it. So that was a poor use of 5 mana on his part. Now what do we want to do? Gotta disperse. Fucking wish I had a 5th mana or another 2-drop so that I could play something to the board and still hold up disperse. Really don't want to play Whirler Rogue right now. I think I just Bounding Crisis next turn. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna Jesse and Thief because I think I need the card draw. You know, I hate being inefficient with the mana. But that's all you can do. So we're going to get the Thief down. I'm pretty sure he's going to swing at us with the Accursed Spirit and replay the Nightfire Giant, which we can tap down. Actually, I may just anchor it or something. I don't know. It depends what we draw. I'd really like to pick up a 5th land so we can have Disperse up plus play a 3-drop. Yeah, Nightfire comes back down. So we want to keep that off the board. I mean, the activated ability, 5 mana for a shock is a lot, but it's repeatable. And we've got a lot of stuff in the deck that dies to shock, so... Is he going to swing here? I hope that he does, because that allows me to connect with that Jesse and Thief much more easily. The Intimidate on that Accursed Spirit is really pissing me off. We're still on a 5-turn clock, but we've got to start forcing some damage through. Come on, pick up a land. Well, there's double Disperse, I suppose, but I really don't want to do that. I want to scry and trigger the Prowess here. So let's put that back on top of his library. It's a Visionary, which I don't want. Not at this point. So let's get in for 4. See what's on top. Hopefully it's a basic land so we can hold up Disperse. Or, actually I think we both have both Hinterland Harbors. But an untapped land is what I want. Okay, good. We got Disperse up. This is good. So if he plays Nightfire again, we can Disperse it, and then we can Frost Links the Accursed Spirit so it just stays tapped down for an extra turn. Not swinging at us. So, we'll see what he does. He's gonna Flesh to Dust? Spend his whole turn to kill a Jesse and Thief? Do I Disperse my own Thief? I don't think that I do. I don't think I Disperse my own Thief. I do, however, think I Disperse his dude since he's only got 1 mana up. Stem the bleeding a little bit. This is an exhibit in why you don't tap all your mana in the first main phase. Conduct your combat first, get your damage while you can. So now what do we do here on 5? I think I Visionary hold up Bounding Crisis. Alright, we got a gate. So yeah, let's Visionary hold up the Crisis. Get in for 2, so it's 12 to 11. He's got that 4 mana Accursed Spirit back in his hand and the 5 mana Nightfire Giant. So he can't play both of those. So let's see what he does with all of that mana. If he's playing 5 mana removal, 5 mana creatures, 4 mana Accursed Spirits, I don't think we've seen a card from him yet that costs much less than that. So there's the Nightfire. gonna cast that, but we can tap that down and get in for 6. And then I think we just bounce it. Oh, we definitely just bounce it now. Let's Void Mage it back to his hand. And then we've still got Disperse up after we do that. So things are looking up. Yeah. Back to your hand you go. So yeah, luckily this guy was playing a slow deck. Allowed us to, you know, miss those early couple of land drops. Man, I knew keeping that 2-lander was going to be risky, but it's the lobbies. You can get away with it. Sad to say, but it's true. Probably should have been a mulligan. So, 7 land now. He's still got the Nightfire and the Spirit. Here comes the Spirit. Let's see what he does with the other 3. Infectious Bloodlust. I mean, yeah. Swing on in. There you go. We didn't kill it, so the Bloodlust doesn't trigger. If you have a kill spell there, instead of a bounce spell, you should kill it before Bloodlust resolves. So that way they don't get the other copy. Picked up a Colossus. Doesn't really matter, unless he's got a Fiery Impulse. I'm not sure that even saves him from lethal. It doesn't. So there you go. Yeah, he's playing a whole bunch of expensive cards. And we managed to start drawing some land near the end. Alright guys. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, I changed the audio setup and rewired the whole place. Let me know if you notice any difference. If you don't, that's okay, because the changes I made were pretty minor. But I'm hoping that buzzing, humming noise, so for anyone who listens with earphones or on their phone or tablet or something, if that buzzing noise is either gone or has been reduced, then that'd be great. Because I really don't have the time for post-production to go clean that shit up. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for episode 5 tomorrow.